So I know that K-pop unpopular opinions now are done today for K-pop YouTubers to get quick views and to get quick attention and stuff like that, and to cause controversy, to bring more engagement to their videos 9 times out of 10, because they're easy videos to make, and you can plagiarize and no one will really care. The reason why I'm doing this video, even though I just said all those things, is because there are opinions that I have on my head, and I have them for a while, but I also don't think that they are worth having a video over or putting weeks of effort into releasing a video over this single topic. But here, long story short, this is my first opinion, and my first opinion is Sneakers should have been a promotional song instead of a title track. Now, I know that Sneakers has been dragged through the dirt since even before it was released, okay? Since the teaser dropped, the TikTok teaser dropped a year ago. Sneakers has been dragged, and I'm gonna drag it a little bit more, I guess. But in my opinion, I feel like Sneakers should have been a promotional song instead of a title track. And the reason I say this is because if Sneakers was a promotional song, like if JYP and ITZY collabed with, I don't know, New Balances, Reebok, or just any, Korean sneaker brand or just sneaker brand in general, people would have been less likely to drag the song for being kids boppy and corny, and the whole put your sneakers on would have made sense because it was an ad song. That was one of the worst parts about Sneakers itself, is that JYP was like, hey, take this song seriously, even though the members were in their early 20s, late teens, and they're singing a song that does sound like it could be on the Kids Bop soundtrack. It's bad when people in your own fandom really thought that the thing was a joke. I agree with Everglow Up. Everglow Up uploaded a video titled Bang Chan Was Wrong and I Don't Feel Sorry for Him. And in that video, she practically discussed the whole situation with Bang Chan's comments on his live or something, leading to IVE being dragged for no reason. And in the comments of that video, I swear to God, if you read internet comments long enough, you will start to lose brain cells. But every now and then, I go back to that video and I read the most recent comments on it, and I see stays just absolutely losing their shit over this video. And I have to say, I agree with Everglow Up. I agree with what she said in that video. And, I feel like when I go on Instagram and when people talk about the controversy, a lot of people say that it wasn't Bang Chan's fault. He can't control what his stans do. And yes, he can't control what his stans do. But I personally believe that it was 50-50. Bang Chan should have been more responsible what he chose to share with his fans online, on the internet. But then at the same time, his fans shouldn't have started dragging random idols for no reason with no evidence, just besides some random idol's word for it. Not only that, a lot of K-pop stans constantly use the excuse, or I wouldn't say excuse or reason, that K-pop idols should be seen as human, and K-pop idols should be allowed to speak their own opinions. And it's kind of I do agree with that. K-pop idols are humans. They aren't robots, AI-generated people. But my thing is, if you are going to use the excuse of, or the reason that K-pop idols are human and they should be treated as such, well, humans also need to be held accountable for when they make mistakes and fuck up. You cannot say, Bang Chan is human, he doesn't deserve this, oh, poor Channy. But then at the same time, you guys go and drag YouTubers and you guys go and drag people on the internet that disagree with your opinion. Aren't those people also human if you use that same argument? It's ugh. A nice sounding voice matters over vocal technique. Back in 2020, I did vocal lessons for about 2 years, and I really got to have a better understanding of vocals than I did before I did vocal lessons, and I kind of broke a lot of misconceptions that I had about vocals. And one of the things that I say is that this is kind of hard to, admit, especially for someone that wants to be an upcoming vocalist, but it is true. A nice sounding voice matters over vocal technique any and every day of the week. Because vocal technique really only matters to the people that are passionate about vocals, or to the people that have taken vocal lessons themselves and have a basic understanding about the voice and how to care for it and how to properly sing. But people who are just the average music consumptioner that just wants to listen to an R&B or a pop song, they don't give a fuck about breath support and high notes and belting. They do not care, okay? They don't care. And you could also make that same argument when you're discussing like nasally singers, for example, maybe Momo of Twice or Camila Cabello. Like I just really do not like nasally singers. Like I really don't. Like if a nasally singer had nice vocal technique, I'd be like, good for you, but I'ma skip your song when it comes on. Why did Mr. K-pop change his name but make the exact same content? Like it's just a question I have. Like why did he change his name but makes the exact same content? And why are his titles always wild? He's like, unpopular opinions because my coochie itches. It's like, what? Like I don't know, like his titles of his videos is very crazy, but you know he does get a lot of views, so I respect the game. Blackpink's lack of musical development in their almost decade-long career is definitely a facepalm. I don't want to really say that Blackpink is overhyped or overrated because those two words are kind of used interchangeably, but I do have to say that I think Blackpink is, you know, valued a bit higher than they should be, in my opinion, because they have been around for 7 years and are technically releasing the same music as they did when they debuted. Like, you can predict how Blackpink's songs are going to sound before they even release, and you're probably going to be right. But Twice, for example, debuted around the time of Blackpink, and they still went through a musical development from going to the cute concept to a more mature sounding concept. And not only that, as time went on in their careers, they also got more involved with songwriting and composing. While with Blackpink, it really does feel like they just released the same music since debut and have been doing the same concept since their debut. It's practically like interchangeable from now to their debut, and it's like the same thing. Like it is the same thing. I wonder, will K-pop stans hypocrisy show once again when groups like A2K and Hybe's new American group or Western targeted group are going to debut? And the reason why I'm wondering if K-pop stans hypocrisy is going to show again, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, is because Black Swan has been dragged. Black Swan has faced a lot of racial comments from international fans of all people, like you do. Um, and I'm not a Black Swan fan. I do check the group out and like watch their music videos and watch their releases. We see K-pop stans, you know, send towards racial and racist comments towards the members of Black Swan, especially Fatu, and a bunch of hate towards the members of Black Swan. But will we see that same hate and those same racially ignorant and racial comments towards, you know, members of A2K and towards members of Hybe? Because as of right now, I am seeing a lot of more support for these, you know, trainees over Black Swan members. And so I just think we're going to see a lot of hypocrisy coming through with international stands supporting these groups but shitting on Black Swan for simply existing. But this also proves the point of how big three companies and K-pop companies in general have K-pop stands in a chokehold. In a chokehold. Like, a company could openly admit to, you know, sexually abusing their idols and people would still, you know, financially support that company, like, without a doubt. Like, and I don't think I'm too far-fetched in saying that. And I think this just once again proves, you know, I think a YouTuber brought this up, and I don't remember which one it was, but there was a K-pop YouTuber that brought this up, and I really wish I could remember their name. But they brought this up, and they said when new groups get into racist controversies, they're more likely to get canceled quicker than, you know, big three or middle tier, you know, K-pop groups that get into those same controversies, and that is facts. And they brought up the example with like Zum or something. I don't even know the name of the group, but they brought up an example of that, and I'm like, that is facts. And like I said, if A2K and the Hybe girl group, you know, receives a lot of support, you're gonna see companies like SM Entertainment and YG Entertainment and maybe other middle tier companies eventually following suit and signing with American labels to have their own American based K-pop groups. So this is pretty much the end of this video. I don't even know how to really conclude this because, like I said, well, I didn't say this before, but this is pretty much a non-scripted video, so I don't even know how to conclude this. But if you agree with me or disagree with me, just stay respectful and know that just because I disagree or just because that we don't have the same viewpoints doesn't mean that I hate or am outright attacking anybody or any group. And yeah. that's it. So bye.